Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So try and Rumble Studio tonight. We'll see what happens. Um, Damn, there's a lot of stuff on here, but we'll figure it out. So it should be streaming on YouTube. It supposedly would not start streaming on X, so we'll have to see what that's all about. So that's a plus. I think I'm gonna have to open a separate YouTube chat. Because I don't think that Rumble Studios shows you the YouTube chat. So we'll see. Um, so I wanted to do this in advance for a couple reasons. One, tomorrow I do intend on streaming the debate. CNN can go fuck themselves. I'm not going to stream it on YouTube though, because I don't want to give them the satisfaction of taking down my channel, which they've threatened to do. Because the regime they have to control the narrative, and God forbid we have anybody speak an opinion about anything ever. Ever have anything to do with anything. So, um, we have to follow the lead of our lovely government. What's up, Neo and Josh Chandler? Oh, the chat does come over from YouTube. So I just got to figure out the X part. I was disconnected from the stream. So I'm assuming that I'm still streaming, but yeah, I'm still streaming. I don't know why it came up with that error message, but we'll see what happens. So I'm trying Rumble Studio. I am going to stream the debate tomorrow. I'm going to do it exclusively here on Rumble because of YouTube's fuckery and the fact that they've already told everybody that they're gonna take down streams and all that good stuff. So take down streams and entire channels. There's word going around that they're going to take down entire channels for the audacity of streaming. Without their input and gatekeeping. Let's just call it. Let's just put it at gatekeeping. Makes it sound better. So, in advance of that, I figured that tonight we would so let's have lots of real fun. Yeah, exactly. So I'm still gonna stream other things on cross-platform and on YouTube. But I've decided that for the most part, there's gonna be a lot of rumbles. I'm just sick of YouTube's bullshit. Seriously. And there's half of me that just wants to stream the debate tomorrow there as well and just say to hell with it. And if they take down my channel, fuck them. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, but news of the night came home to this. I'm home, by the way. Just got home. So that's cool. Holy shit. So the one thing that apparently does not come up, so I have to keep that up, is Stingy, member for 12 months. Maybe a year. Holy crapola, I feel like you've been on vacation for that long. Well, close. And it was a lot of fun. A lot of driving, about 6,700 miles. And we'll go through that at some later point. Tonight, I want to talk about the Coup. So, but that's good to know that super chats and member chats don't come over here. So I'll have to keep an eye on the second window anyways. But so let's talk about the topic for tonight. What's up, JKD Buck? Military flees Bolivian government palace after coup attempt fails, general taken into custody. So we're going to look at some videos and we'll have to see. Some of this is going to be a learning exercise. But for those who don't know, this afternoon into this evening, there was a coup attempt in Bolivia. Now, there's a couple of very interesting things about that, and we'll get into some of those as well. One of them is there is an impressive amount of lithium that's in Bolivia. Lithium is something that we need for this electric revolution. All these expensive batteries and all that kind of crap. So, surprise, the United States needs a resource, so we try and topple a sovereign government in a South American country. Same script, different country. So that's the first part of this. The second part of this is that Bolivia has expressed quite an interest in joining BRICS. For those who don't know, because we can't buy Greenland, of course. If we could buy Greenland, everything would be better. But some of that as well is the fact that they've expressed an interest in trying to join BRICS, and recently they met with the Russian President Vladimir Putin, and that seems to have caused a little bit of a stir over there as well. Hey, Linda. So I guess that means I got to drift over here. Like I said, I'll be doing both, Stinch, but yeah, as far as tomorrow, I haven't decided, but there's a strong possibility that I'll be just on Rumble to cover the Communist News Network debate, which starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, but we'll see. We'll see what I feel like. So another part is they met with the Bolivian leader met with Putin, and for those who haven't been paying attention, BRICS has grown considerably over the last very short period of time, and it's threatening the U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar is the petrodollar, which is obviously in control of everything, and it's the reason why the United States is a dominant superpower still. But eventually that's going to crumble, and eventually that's going to be a significant issue. Shit's about to get fucky. Shit is about to get fucky. That's for sure. That is for sure. Because they're about to move off the U.S. dollar. Move off the U.S. dollar for oil trades, and that would be a significant blow to our economy. Also, there's some news out that 63, I believe the number's up to. Smaller banks are now insolvent and taking on massive debt, so we're going to see another wave of bank collapses, and that's all part of a failing nation. And I bet you any amount that we will not hear a word of that from either of the political candidates in tomorrow's debate, because it is being overlooked heavily. But I think it's concern, and it's obviously concern. So we'll get back to this. La Paz, Bolivia, armored vehicles rammed into the doors of Bolivia's government palace Wednesday in an attempted coup. President Luis Arce vowed to stand firm and named a new army commander who ordered troops to stand down. As soon as the soldiers pulled back, along with a line of military vehicles, as hundreds of Arce's supporters rushed the square outside the palace, waving Bolivian flags, singing the national anthem, and cheering. Arce, surrounded by ministers, waved at the crowd. "Thank you to the Bolivian people," he said. "Let democracy live on." Hours later, the Bolivian general who appeared to be behind the rebellion, Juan José Zúñiga, was arrested after Attorney General opened an investigation. It wasn't immediately clear what the charges were against him. What's up, Jacob Castro? Wonder if the Clintons are involved. Bolivia has two capitals, Sucre and La Paz. So apparently this guy was here. And we'll watch some of the footage and stuff like that. So here is Breaking 911 and their apparent attempted coup. So it didn't look like much. Está entrando a little bit because I don't know how loud it is on this mix, but it didn't look like a ton. It looked like they just tried to ram a building through the front door. So that's kind of, I mean, it doesn't look like it's very.
La puerta
I don't know.
de Palacio Quemado. Hay personas, ustedes observan que están tratando de abrir. Entendemos que lo van a abrir nuevamente. Han abierto la puerta de Palacio Quemado. Este vehículo ha roto prácticamente. Ustedes han visto en imágenes en directo lo que ha ocurrido. Y nuevamente los militares ya toman prácticamente Palacio Quemado, las puertas, lo que hasta hace algunos minutos no podían porque habían policías, entendemos que en la parte de adentro impidiendo esto, pero ya los militares han ingresado con este vehículo oficial. No sabemos si hay heridos o personas que estaban en la parte de atrás de la puerta. Simplemente lo que observamos es que militares están ingresando.
I was trying to listen to some of it, but he was talking way too fast. So this is pretty much the height of the coup attempt. That was pretty much the height of the coup attempt. So I don't know. That didn't look like it was like a full-throated military. So I'm wondering if there was either. Wait a minute. Maybe that's why I can't get on X. I'm wondering if there was either a half attempt or like it just seemed odd. It didn't seem like that was a huge way of trying to attempt a coup. But I don't know. Never tried a coup before, so I don't know. What do you mean the truck didn't fit through the door? Barely. The one thing I don't like about Rumble Studio is I can't bring up the chat that I'm referencing. But I thought this was pretty cool. Definitely. I don't know what the hell it is. It looks like a llama with a Star Wars laser bow on the back of it. Maybe, potentially. I don't know. Just thought it was cool when I was looking through stuff. And then X is being weird. I wonder if it's just X being weird. It's being really weird. So now that we've seen that, let's take a step back. So this is the alleged meeting between Vladimir Putin and the Bolivian president last week. So
at the International Economic Forum, it's your first time in Russia as a head of state. We are very glad to see you, and I'm certain you're going to make a significant contribution to the work of our forum. I mean, your education, by your education, you majored in economics, so you are well versed in economy and finances. I hope it will be interesting for you to participate in the discussions that are already happening at the forum that will take place tomorrow. As for the bilateral relations between Russia and Bolivia, they are developing based on a strong foundation with regard for the mutual interests. The total volume of trade is not that big yet, but there is a good trend for growth. 2.5% was the increase in trade.
So that led to this. So here's an article from, I believe this is from RT. Oh, Interfax. So this is from a Russian source for what it's worth, but I mean, is it any worse than CNN? Really? But this is from a Russian source. And Russia and Bolivia are planning a joint lithium mining project. Implement a joint lithium mining project in the South American country. So this was actually, I take that back. It was 2 weeks ago, so it was just before I left. So joint mining project, and then the United States obviously had something to do with it. Hang on, I'm trying to look at. I'm trying to type. Yeah. Okay. So now X is letting me reply again. So it wasn't for a second there, but so I don't know. You decide. Like, could it be the United States and the Central Intelligence Agency playing around again? Possibly. They didn't come very hard at this one, so we're gonna look at kind of the resolution to it next, which is president and the general tasked with the coup attempt, and this is kind of their meeting at the door of the palace. So. So I mean, again, you're looking at it, and it doesn't look. I mean, it looks more like a stage show. If I'm being honest, it doesn't look like a violent coup. But looks like something the United States could potentially have had their hand in. So who knows? And so then we wrap it up with his statement after the fact. Peasant unions mobilized the worker, blah blah blah, to repel the coup. So it seems like two things happened very quickly from the Bolivian government. One, there was an immediate response, and I mean immediate. Like they rolled in very quickly to repel this coup attempt. Two, it seems like they got immediate support from the people, from the non-military in the area. Just the average everyday citizens. So it looks like the coup failed, one, because it didn't look like it was that much of a coup. Two, because of the rapid response of the government forces, and three, because of the fact that the people stood up and said, nah, this isn't going to happen today. So that's always interesting, because usually when the CIA sends somebody in, it's usually very quickly done. It's very a very forceful coup, and it's over with a pretty good deal of success. So this one's interesting. Maybe it's not the United States, but timing is sus. So
declaramos la huelga general indefinida a partir del día de hoy. El traslado de todas las organizaciones sociales y sindicales a la ciudad de La Paz para defender y restituir el orden constitucional y a nuestro gobierno legalmente establecido en Bolivia. Ante la mentira reaccionaria, la verdad revolucionaria. ¡Viva la democracia nacional! ¡Viva nuestro gobierno constitucional!
What's up, Sebastian231? I think barely even got 10% of the army control. Yeah, it looks like he didn't get much of anything, and that's generally not the case. So I'm wondering, maybe there's this wasn't in U.S. involvement, but it kind of fits the narrative. So again, there's some indication that they were tipped off or warned in advance. This is kind of where it happened. We'll go back to the Associated Press article. Tank soldiers seen taking over Plaza Murillo in front of the government buildings in La Paz. So here's the palace, legislative and government palace, and this is kind of the area that they mobilized and took over. So, oh, you're from Bolivia. Cool. Sounds like me ordering at a Mexican restaurant. No, I just it seems like it seems like a failed attempt that struck down very quickly. And it's good to see countries stand up to it, because generally, more often than not, there's Dylan's buddy Sean was in Bolivia. Yeah. It's good to see that countries are standing up to this and not allowing U.S. influence in the United States to be able to kind of control and change the way that things are being done. I'm glad that they repelled it. I will be 100% honest. I know fuck all about Bolivia. I know it's a country in Central America. I know that there's or Central South America, excuse me. I know that they have a heavy mining economy, that kind of stuff. But beyond that, I really don't know a whole lot. I mean, it's west of Brazil. It's kind of in that area. So it's good. It's good in my opinion to see that there was a quick response, and that they shot it down pretty quickly. Maybe it changes the US's opinion about this kind of stuff. So it was very weird. There are theories that the coup was made by Luis Arce to gain popularity, but I don't know. Everything was very weird. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It just doesn't seem to add up. And I remember when I was still on the road because I literally just got in. I was still on the road and I saw it pop up and I'm like, oh shit, here we go again. And then you continue to see stuff come out and it's like it kind of seems like it's a coup as to J6 was an attack on democracy. In my opinion. That was my first thought. So, but it will be interesting to watch. We'll see. Usually they will. Hey, what's up, Jude? Usually what we'll see after this is we'll see terrorist attacks or some kind of violence or something like that kind of happen on their own. So it'll be interesting to see and keep an eye on Bolivia and see what happens. Let's see if the AP has any further updates. Apparent failed coup attempt. Rammed into blah blah blah. Bolivia has seen intensifying protests in the recent months over the economy's steep decline. So I don't know, Sebastian. I mean, I appreciate your input. You said you're there. Is the economy in a steep decline, or is that? Because one thing I know about U.S. media is that they get things wrong. What's up, Forbidden? Arrested a army general apparently behind the uprising. I mean, I would think that's why they arrested him. So, wasn't there a 2019 Bolivia coup? I thought so. 18 or 19, somewhere in that. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad here. I appreciate the feedback but I think that is a worldwide thing. The United States is getting pretty bad too. So, and everything is getting incredibly expensive. Incredibly expensive here. But this is kind of stuff that we have from the Associated Press. Justice Minister has denied an Army general's claims of being asked by the president to storm the government palace. So this is to that conspiracy that it was an internal or an inside job. I don't know. It all seems like a weird attempt. And if anything, it was a half-hearted attempt, and it seems to be that it would be more consistent with kind of a PR stunt or a publicity stunt than an actual coup. But I mean, maybe this is just the way that coups happen these days. So, as far as I know, Aqua government has spent all the gold reserves trying to keep oil prices stable. Wow. Okay. Huh. So now we don't have gold reserves. Neither does the United States. So I also think the timing, like I said, is weird at the beginning. As we talked about, he just met with the Russian president in the beginning of June, and they were going to open a joint lithium mine to stimulate the economy. They were also talking about, as early as last week, joining BRICS and cutting ties largely with the United States, as many countries are starting to do. So, but Sebastian's been great. Sebastian says that they're from Bolivia, and provided with some confirmation of things like the economy going down and things of that nature. So, claims that Bolivian official denies arrested general's claims that president asked for an uprising. So we'll see. It'll be a situation to look out for. It looks like it, for the most part, is done. Like I said, there was a quick response. He got a really quick response from the people of Bolivia as well. So I would say that the coup attempt is failed and done, but it is interesting given all the economic ties and the posturing that's going on in that nation and the move away from the United States. That lithium mine belongs to the CCP. The last coup funded by the U.S. government was to give the lithium to China. My food bill went from $200 to $500, so a slight increase in food is laughable. Well, like I said, we travel quite a bit, and travel, like, even just like travel related shit from this last go was kind of ridiculous. It was easily double what we usually double. So Bolivia lost 0-2 to the US a few days ago in the Copa America. Coincident? I think not. Well, the US doesn't care that much about soccer, buddy. I know you're German and that's kind of your thing over there, but for example, I'm a huge sports fan. I love the NHL. I got a chance to watch the Panthers win the Stanley Cup and keep it out of Canada, which made me very happy. Very, very happy. Sorry, Digger. And I'm a huge sports fan. I didn't even know the U.S. was playing in the Copa America or any kind of soccer whatsoever. So this is about killing the American dollar. Sadly, your government is pushing it. Tomorrow debate is cover up the coup. That's why it's happening right now. Could be. Yeah. What's up, Nanya? This is about killing them. Yeah. So, like I said, there was they're trying to move to BRICS and become another South American country that's going to get off the U.S. dollar and stop using it to trade goods and services, which ultimately kills the U.S. dollar in the long run. So, so I think there's several factors is what I'm trying to say that contribute to what happened here, and I think it's something to really pay attention to. Like, are we going to see more of these different countries that are going to start jumping off and have these kind of uprisings so they can distance themselves from the U.S.? We all know the U.S. sends assets in to do coups like this. Is this a way to get off the U.S.'s dole? I could see something like that. The CIA coming in to disrupt, and they do something so entirely ridiculous that it doesn't even affect anything, which is kind of what this one looked like. So could that be a possibility? Is this kind of a middle finger back at the CIA in the U.S.? Possibly. There is a ton of different opportunities for reasons for why. And just something that I thought we should all be aware of and probably take a look at, and I don't know, keep our head up and see what happens from here. So everyone should distance themselves from the U.S. We're a cancer on the world with ESG, die, and communism. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think it's going to be one hell of a fall when it starts going down, and it's generally sad to see because it's such a great country. It really is, and I have that I don't know what you call it, that nostalgia thing going on right now because I just traveled some beautiful countryside. But it's a great country, and our leaders from every side have ran it all but into the ground and sold us out mostly to China. So it's incredibly frustrating. So never know what side the CIA is on or what they got planned. Yeah, it could be just the start. That's why I said I think it's important to pay attention to, kind of know what we know now, and keep an eye on the situation, because I don't think this is done. It may be done directly in Bolivia, but I don't think this kind of activity is done in the very near future. So, with that being said, I think Rumble went okay tonight. I'm gonna try the Rumble streaming platform tomorrow as well. But I think it went all right. And tomorrow, I'm going to decide. There's a high degree of likelihood, just because of all the threats and all the stuff that's been coming through both CNN and YouTube, that I'm going to do it solely over here on the Rumble platform. The debate between, Brandon and Uncle Donnie. But I will certainly be covering the debate in full. We'll make it work one way or another. It just may be a Rumble exclusive because YouTube has made it very clear that they're going to take down entire channels for streaming any of the debate. And yeah, I haven't decided if I want to poke that bear yet. So, but we shall see. So as always, thank y'all for watching. See you guys back here. I'll probably go live about 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, just before the debate starts. We'll watch the debate together, and then I'll try and get a panel on, and we'll have conversation about what goes on in it. So, until next time, boys and girls, hope everyone has a great night. It is wonderful to see you all again. Glad to be back, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care and have a good night.